And in the department that I was talking about how we're going to have to build boundaries and dissolve boundaries, let me say a thing about each. I think the dissolving of boundaries that I have found really interesting is I've had conversations in the last week that I would never have had otherwise. A friend of mine asked me to talk with her young child. The mother of the girlfriend of one of my sons asked to speak with me. It's like suddenly these conversations are taking place. You know, I was talking with the husband of another friend. Use the community. If you are alone at home trying to convince your kids to do the homework, don't. Just ask another mother who has had to have challenges, because we are often much better with other people's kids, with other people's partners, you know, when it's not our own story. And this reaching out to the community is an essential piece of relational health and mental health at this moment. You know, everybody's living similar versions of this, so don't worry. For even friends who don't have kids, you don't have to have kids in order to talk with somebody who has kids. It's just people who know who have access to your family and to the people that surround you. So this piece of broadening, get help, get support, get other people to get through. You know, you want to talk to your adult child of something that they're not being careful about. Make sure that one of your friends who you know they trust and who they have connection with gets to talk to them. You know, so that you're not alone trying to deliver the entire protective system to the people that surround you. And on the other side, the creation of boundary, you're going to need self-soothing as well. You can't talk anymore. It's perfectly fine to say, I need to go upstairs. I need to go into my room. I need to put my headphones on. I can't at this moment, you know, respond to you. And then be the one who comes back to respond, you know, so that you can say not now, not available, but then commit to being the one who comes back so that you don't keep the other person waiting. It's better to say, I have nothing left to give at this moment. I can't talk another minute. I need a few moments by myself. All of that is really, really important. It's the creation of a boundary, you know, with somebody who is at the same table as you sometimes, you know. Hold on one second. I am actually going to ask for someone to be quieter. Hold on. Excuse me. You have to be quiet. I'm in the middle of a webinar. Sorry. Relax. That's my boundary. Because I hear everything. Like many of you, it's like we hear everything, you know. I'm on social media actually doing a webinar right now. Would you like to join us? I'm talking about boundaries as we speak. So, excuse me. So, back with you. Because I've just transgressed a boundary myself, because there are paintings here on the table and I have just put them one on top of the other and they are still wet. So you see, this is parallel process, people, completely. Boundaries. Know to modulate your own as well. So if you realize that you have worked nonstop, you don't have commuter time, you don't have any space in between that delineates and demarcates, think boundaries. And we're going to go back into this for a little bit more. So here's the thing. What has been very helpful for me, and I've recommended it to quite a lot of people, I think they've liked it very much as well, is to do stress tests. You know, emotional, mental stress tests. Wake up, you just think for a minute, and you know, anxiety level, calm level, stress level, playful level, humor level, where am I at? Just take a few markers for yourselves and just do your own stress test. If you're with somebody, stress test. If I notify someone that I'm in anxiety level 9, or that I am in irritability level 7, or I'm into snapping level 10, or any of those, You know, there's a variety of them. It means leave me alone right now. Means I can't engage, you know. If it's, I'm in focus level 10, I mean, I have to do this, and I go and I say to my partner, please, I'm social, I'm doing a webinar right now as we speak. That's a boundary. That's boundary, that's stress level, that's cueing in the other person, that's letting them know what you can and cannot deliver at this moment, where you can engage with them and not. And having these conversations when you go to bed, when you wake up, are actually really, really useful. In then taking them a step further, which is to actually have a chat about it. Well, tell me more about it. And then not to argue with it, not to rationalize it, not to justify it, not to try to fix it, just really the ability to listen to it. You can do it as a friend, you can do it as a family member, you can do it as a partner. It's actually creates a real boundary. If I talk to you and you are plain listening to me, and then you just validate it for me, and then I experience myself not as lonely because I'm able to share it with you, but I'm also keeping it to myself. It doesn't have to be your experience. It's not a shared experience. It's my experience that I'm communicating with you, that you are holding space for, that you're validating for me. And I'm in that moment at the same time with myself and with you, inside myself and with you. By the way, not that different from what we experience in sexuality. I make love to you, I'm inside myself, inside of you, with me. That back and forth like that, we can experience as much in our sexual intimacy as we can experience in any other form of intimate and erotic intimacy.